You're listening to It's Not That Deep, The Strategist Unfiltered. This is where business, leadership, and life get real. There's no buzzwords, no fluff, just straight talk for women who are done overcomplicating success. I'm your host, Dr. Meghna Dasani. I'm a strategist, a dentist, a storyteller, most importantly, a believer that growth is a system, not a secret. So grab your coffee, your journal, or that glass of wine, because around here, we don't just talk strategy, we live it. Welcome back to It's Not That Deep, the show where we redefine leadership, strength, and success without the unnecessary drama or the outdated rules. I'm your host, Dr. Meghna Dasani. Today, we're talking about something wildly misunderstood and even more wildly underestimated: softness. Not the fluffy kind, not the passive kind, not the let people walk all over you kind. I am talking about the strategic softness that comes from a regulated nervous system. The kind that makes you a better leader, a better communicator, better decision maker, and a far more magnetic human. This is the biologic leadership era. Let's get going. See, softness has gotten a bad reputation. People hear soft and they immediately think, she's weak or emotional or unserious. But real softness, embodied softness, is actually a sign of nervous system regulation. And here's the truth. A regulated leader is more perceptive, more strategic, more steady, and more influential than a reactive one. Softness isn't the absence of strength, my friend. Softness is strength without tension. It is knowing your power so deeply that you don't have to perform it. Let's go deeper, shall we? Because this is where biologic leadership becomes a game changer. See, when your nervous system is regulated, your brain moves out of survival mode and into executive mode. That means better problem solving. That also means sharper situational awareness, more accurate emotional readings, clearer communication, and fewer conflict escalations. In other words, softness is not emotional. Far from it. Softness is neurological efficiency. Your softness tells your team, your kids, your patients, your clients, your partner, I'm here. I'm grounded and I am not going anywhere. That energy changes everything. See, we're raised to believe that we had to be tough to be taken seriously. Like, right, have a straight spine and a stoic face and an assertive voice, an unshakable exterior. Heaven forbid you ever show any emotion. But here's the truth. When women lead from tension, they burn out faster and communicate worse. Hard leadership forces your body into a fight or flight response. Your tone sharpens, your mind narrows, your tolerance drops, and your intuition shuts off. You become efficient, but disconnected. And disconnected leaders don't inspire. They intimidate. Softness, on the other hand, keeps you connected to yourself and to everyone around you. Here's the framework I want every woman listening to memorize. I call it the responsive leadership loop. It's 4 steps. It's super quick, simple. More importantly, it's biologically accurate. Step number 1 is pause, right? Like interrupt that automatic reaction. Even 1 second of pausing shifts you out of survival mode. Step 2 is regulate. Take a deep breath, your posture, your tone. Bring your system down from activation, because a regulated body produces a regulated leader. Number 3 is read. Now that your brain is back online, you can actually see what's happening in front of you, not the story your stress was telling you. Number 4 is respond, not react. Respond from clarity, not chaos. From power, not panic. This is biologic leadership in real time. Softness is the mechanism that makes it possible. Let's make this extremely tangible, shall we? Example, let's talk about team conflict. Hard leadership says, why didn't this get done? What is going on? And soft leadership says, hey, walk me through what happened. See, one escalates. The other actually invites problem solving. Another example would be of boundary conversations. So hard leadership says, this is unacceptable. It has to change. But soft leadership says, I can't continue operating this way. Here is what I'm available for moving forward. Same message, different nervous system impact. Let's take one final example. A high stakes decision, right? Hard leadership makes those fast decisions from urgency, but soft leadership makes aligned decisions from presence. Softness is not passive, it is precise. Here are some of my favorite biologically regulating scripts you can use immediately. Number one would be, give me a moment to think about that. It buys us time. It regulates the tone. There's no panic decisions. Another one would be, here's what I'm understanding. Correct me if I'm off or if I'm not getting this right. This regulates conflict. It keeps that connection. Another one would be, I hear you. Here's what we're going to do. This is soft, decisive leadership at its cleanest. One of my favorite ones. I'm not available for that, but here is what I'm available for. This is setting a boundary without aggression. These scripts work because they regulate you first, and then they regulate the room. Here is what I want every woman listening to this take from this conversation. More like a monologue, isn't it? Softness is not something you earn. It is something you remember. It is who you were before life taught you to armor up, before the pressure, before the titles, before the expectations. Softness is not weakness. Far from it. Softness is wisdom. It is knowing that your presence carries more power than your performance ever will. Your homework this week, you knew it was coming. Practice the responsive leadership loop at least once, just once. Pick a situation, pause, regulate, read, respond. Softness will show you the leader you have always been. If this episode resonated, share it with a woman who is tired of pretending that being hard is the only way to be taken seriously. She deserves this version of leadership too. I'm Dr. Meghna Dasani. This is It's Not That Deep, because honestly, it really isn't. If today's episode got you thinking, laughing, or ready to take action, good. That's the point. Now make sure you hit follow so you never miss an episode. And if you want to go deeper, subscribe to my newsletter, The Making of Her, where we break down the systems behind the strategy. Links in bio, you know that. And remember, success isn't that deep. It's just designed.